The Children's House was an experiment of this new method of education where it was centered around the developmental needs of a 2.5 to 6-year-old. The child was going to take the lead in education and the adult was going to take a more passive role, utilizing observation to connect the child to experiences that would satisfy those developmental needs. A critical component to this environment was something Dr. Montessori called the triad. And the triad consists of the teacher or the guide, the prepared environment, and the child. Let's start with the guide. The guide has to undergo twofold study. The first part of this is understanding child development, the absorbent mind, sensitive periods, human tendencies. The second component is understanding how to use the materials and how and when to offer those to meet the developmental needs of the child. The guide in a Montessori environment is called the dynamic link because although we have an environment filled with materials, it is that a trained adult that is observing and making these connections with the child so that the child is satisfying any developmental need that they are manifesting. The prepared environment is designed to satisfy all of the developmental needs of a child from the ages of 2.5 to 6. Inside this prepared environment, we should have the appropriate furnishings, the materials for practical life, sensorial, language, and math. The prepared environment is designed to remove obstacles for the child, and this is going to increase their independence. They are allowed a free selection of work within the limits of the lessons that they've had. When we have a free selection of work, we have higher levels of engagement. When that happens, we move into concentration, and concentration will lead us to normalization, which is the most important result of our work. There's also a social element to this prepared environment. We utilize mixed age groups. The reasons that we do this is that the older children can demonstrate leadership and model this for the younger children. The younger children get to experience this modeling. They emulate the older children, knowing that one day they're going to get to be a leader too. Older children can offer lessons to younger children, and this solidifies all of this knowledge that they have to offer. Because when you really understand something, then you can teach it to another. Mixed age groups allow children to relate to a variety of peers. Ideally, we would like to have a balance of ages within the classroom. Always be mindful that you are representing all of the cultures in your classroom through art on the walls, through music, through literature, and through practical life. Grace and courtesy is offered to all of the children because they have a desire to become socially independent. Dr. Montessori said that the children are social embryos because they're very interested in how one another behave. We encourage free conversation in the environment. First, because all of the children are moving through the sensitive period for language, but communication is also a human tendency and a need. The last component of the triad is the child. And without the child, we would need none of what I just talked about. They are the active recipient of the training of the adult, the active recipient of all of this wonderful work and opportunity that this prepared environment has to offer.